Today's video is going to be on Sony defends PlayStation Plus price hike. Um, there was a couple talking points in this article I really want to talk about, which we're going to get into. But first off, don't forget you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys enjoy this content that I make. Like I said, I try to be impartial and kind of put like my opinions on some stuff and how I view things. Anyways, we're getting into something that I think is different. Sony defends PlayStation Plus price hike. Explain why it won't put their games on their day one, much like Microsoft. A top PlayStation boss has spoken out to defend the recent PlayStation Plus price increase and explains why the company does not bring their PlayStation Plus games to launch like Microsoft does. Speaking to Barron's, PlayStation senior president Eric Lampel was just asked to justify the recent PlayStation Plus increase, which saw PlayStation Premium tier go up by $40. I believe this is actually taking place, I think, on November 1st. I might be wrong on that. If I am, just let me know down in the comments. I know it's soon. It's soon that these significant price hikes going in. Lampel said, like practically everything else in this world, we have to take a look at our pricing and we have to adjust to make the market conditions. Okay, I can go with that. The executive added, we want to make PlayStation Plus great with our reboot last year and introduction to the tier system. A lot of consumers have recognized that there is a lot of value in the PlayStation 5, which I do have to agree. I actually really, really enjoy the games that are offered on PlayStation Plus and the system that's set up with the PlayStation Plus. Like, I play, truth be told, a lot of games on PlayStation Plus. Unlike when I had whatever the Xbox one's called. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm an Xbox fanboy. I love Xbox. My controller I play with is an Xbox controller. Yeah. Anyways, Lampel further stated that Sony has not previously raised prices for 85% of the world. That's like a I could say like 80%, 90%, whatever. This dude's like 85% of the world, we got you. It just sounds like a very like precise number for many years, which is contrast from other subscription services that raises prices regularly, which I have to agree. Perfect example, I feel like once a quarter, Netflix definitely raises their prices. I, truth be told, have not had Netflix in probably about a year and a half. Since the last season of Stranger Things, then I canceled. And I was like, yeah, I'm done with Netflix. Cheers, you guys. It's Friday. Hopefully you guys are ready for the freaking weekend, because I am. Hopefully you guys come and chat with me over on the stream tonight. The new PlayStation Plus price increases were announced August this year in terms of new features coming to the service. Sony just announced a movie catalog and will be adding PlayStation 5 game streaming soon. Microsoft raised the Xbox Game Pass price in July in a wider entertainment space. Apple Plus, Netflix, Hulu, like I said, all of the subscription services, because Netflix, like I said, does it like once a quarter. I swear to God. Game Pass really doesn't do it much. But the one thing I thought was interesting that they noted in this article is that this right here, the movie catalog part for Sony. And I'm like, what? Like, is this included in PlayStation Plus? Because we're talking about the PlayStation Plus price hike right here, right? So I clicked on the movie catalog, and of course, this comes up. PlayStation Plus Premium adds deluxe subscribers are getting a movie library perk. I don't remember seeing anything about this. I saw something when I booted up my PlayStation 5 the other day where they were talking about me having to subscribe to another service they offer. Anyways, here it says PlayStation Plus and Deluxe subscribers can look forward to a new movie themed perk as part of their membership, as part of the Bravia Core app being rebranded as Sony Pictures Core. If you guys didn't know, Bravia is actually like Sony's higher end TVs. I know the Bravia brand, like, let me tell you, the Bravia brand TVs are actually stupid nice. A buddy of mine had a Bravia when we were growing up, and I'm sure like the Bravia brand probably continues on today, but it looks like it won't be called Bravia Core anymore. It's going to be Sony Pictures Core, which will be branded as the new app in PlayStation 5 and PS4. Sony has announced several changes to the program that began running out, rolling out, rolling. Anyways, PS5 and PS4 owners can download Sony Pictures app from the media tab. Blah 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 blah. Like the one thing I'm looking at it like this catalog will be ad free and updated periodically, including movies such as Looper, Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15, Elysium, and Resident Evil Damnation. Y'all notice anything about them titles? Well, Looper's been around. The last time Looper was around when I was engaged, bro. Like that movie is old. The Final Fantasy 15 is probably like 6 years old. Elysium, I want to say is like 6 or 7 years old. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's ad free. It's included in whatever it is. But this is what I don't get right here, right? Additionally, Sony Picture Core members will be able to buy, rent select movies during an exclusive early access period as part of their paid subscription. So basically, they're telling you, we want you to have this service just so that you can be part of this grace period we have, which I guarantee you most of these movies are going to be Sony movies because as you can tell down here, they're talking about Gran Turismo as well. And they're trying to get you to basically buy into their, Sony Pictures brand so that you can get access to buy movies or rent movies from them. It doesn't sound like a really good deal to me. It just sounds like it's kind of the raw end of a deal. Anyways, we're coming back over here. We're done talking about something that I thought was interesting because they announced this, and this is talking about a price hike, which, like I said, they're trying to get you involved. Anyways, also in Barron's interview, Lapel was asked for his thoughts on the Xbox Game Pass and how specifically how the company launches its first-party games into the catalog. Sony does not do this with PlayStation Plus. Lapel says, PlayStation Plus is very different from Game Pass, but he wouldn't be drawn into talking about about launching first-party PlayStation games on PlayStation Plus. The one thing I'll give PlayStation Plus significantly, over Game Pass is the fact that the game selection is significantly better. And on top of that, you're not just getting like games with gold. All right, so like the one thing I'll admit, okay, PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass or games with gold, whatever you want to call it, right? Xbox Live basically allowed you to play online. I'll give you that. Then you look into it and you get Xbox Game Pass, which is also included in, Game Pass, and also allowed you to play online, but it gave you a library of games to play. And this is the thing when it comes to Game Pass, is a lot of those games are indie games. There's not really any big name titles, where PlayStation is going out there and they're actually getting like first party games and they're putting it on there. So I will admit, I won't complain that Sony does not drop their games automatically on Game Pass. Does it suck? I think it does. I mean, does it justify a $40 price hike? Not so much, but I will admit there are games on there that are going to keep you coming back because you can go under their little tab, you can select full game, you can select what genre you want, whether it's horror or so on and so forth, and they have really good selections and they have great options for you. I'm not, like I said, when it comes to Xbox, a lot of it is first party games, right? And on top of that, there are a lot of indie games. And what does that do? If you're doing first party games and a lot of indie games, that's going to allow you to keep your prices low. That's why Netflix has let go of a lot of these licensed titles, is because it costs them less money in the long run to keep their like Orange is the New Black on there, to keep their Altered Carbon on there, to keep their Stranger Things on there. Why? Because they own it. Unlike Friends, unlike The Office, where they got to constantly renegotiate and then shell out the money to keep it on their service. So I think in the long run, Game Pass is going to be much more beneficial. Like the way they run it is going to be more beneficial because they're not paying to keep those licensed games on their subscription service. Where Sony, it has to pay and negotiate and go to the table to get the licensed games to keep them on there. And that's why these prices are going to keep going up when it comes to PlayStation Plus. And that's how it's going to, it's going to end up passing the buck to you guys. On top of that, with them not bringing their games to the PlayStation Plus automatically, it's forcing people like us to go out there, buy these first party games, and they're basically double dipping because not only are they getting your PlayStation Plus money, they're also going to get the money for, like I said, the Spider-Mans, the Gods of War, those great games that you really, really want to play. Why? Because they're not available to go and to play it on their PlayStation Plus. But like I said, in a more sustainable system, and when it comes to it, like Xbox is kind of running their shit like Netflix. And like I said, Netflix was like, well, we might as well keep producing stuff. And that's why they're so far ahead. So let's take a look at this last paragraph here. It comes down to what, right here. It says it comes down to what you're going to get when it comes to service in terms of types of games that were types in the quality of games. I can't comment on what the competition is doing, but with us, we feel like we're offering a great curatable catalog of games, as well as other features and services with the PlayStation Plus. He said it's very difficult and it's very different offering, but it's one of the resonates with the customers. Since we introduced the tiers, we've seen a third of the PlayStation user base opt up to tiers, which is more than what we expected. In 2022, outgoing PlayStation boss Jim Ryan, hey Jim, hopefully you're enjoying your retirement, said Sony does not put games on PlayStation Plus because of the vicious cycle of investment that leads to commercial payoffs would be significantly derailed if Sony was to take that approach. See, I don't agree with what Jim says there, but like I said, at the end of the day, PlayStation Plus is a really, really good value because, like I said, you get a lot of really, really good games. They offer a lot. Like I said, I don't understand what they were, this article was talking about with the movie catalog because you're still paying for that. Now, granted, you are getting some free titles that you can watch. I'll give you that. But at the end of the day, you're still paying to rent the movie, to buy said movie, to watch said movie. And a lot of it looks like they're Sony movies. So they're not offering a lot of, content when it comes to that. But at the end of the day, PlayStation Plus, like I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 9. I give it a solid 8 out of 10. I almost said 9. A solid 8 out of 10. There are some games that I'm like, some genres where I'm like, let's get some more, catalogs here. But at the same token, you get a lot of stuff you can do because I want you guys to go back, check out my past catalog of games I've played through on stream, games I've recorded, games I've broken down into series just for this channel alone. And I'd say between 75 to 80% of those are actually games I played on PlayStation Plus that I got for my subscription service for the year, which I think, hey, by the way, you guys, just be looking out for Black Friday deals because I got the Black Friday deal and I only spent I want to say $60 for the entire year. So way I look at it is $20 a game. As long as I play 3 games on PlayStation Plus, it covers the entire year. Anyways, I want to hear y'all's thoughts on this subject because, like I said, that's my 2 cents on it. It is what it is. You're going to end up paying more for it. I didn't realize they hadn't raised the price since 2017, considering this is my first year actually playing on PlayStation Plus. But let me know down in the comments what y'all think about it. I think it's a fairly decent value, and like I said, I don't really blame them, but at the same token, it kind of sucks because you're gonna have to pay more. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and y'all take it easy. Bye.